All right, welcome back. This is a narcotic story, and the reason I want to tell you about this is a problem we have in LA County, okay? Because of the workload and because of sometimes they're worried about juries convicting, a la OJ, okay? DAs are reluctant to file a lot of cases. And just so you know what's going on here, if you call about a corner, say you call, you go to a liquor store and you see people want to sell you dope, and you call the police, okay? And then we go out there and do an enforcement action. This is the kind of stuff this is the kind of response we get, or resistance from the district attorney's office. Remember, unlike television where the officer will say, I'm going to charge you, I'm going to charge you. They're not charging anybody. The officer should be saying, the uniform officers on TV, real life officers, I'm arresting you for these charges. Charging comes from the district attorney or the attorney general, the state people. You don't charge anybody. That's done by attorneys in a courtroom or district attorneys. We arrest, they charge. And they filter a lot of stuff out, unfortunately. They look at their police report and they decide what they can win in court, what they can plea bargain out, and all that good stuff. Okay, so you gotta know how that works. And here's an example of, and this is not just one, this is almost every one. I'm working undercover, narcotics now. Give me a Volkswagen van. Okay, I got long hair and all that good stuff. And they're selling cocaine this one corner by a liquor store. We knew that, so we're watching it. So I pull up to the curve. One guy walks up. What do you want? I want a piece. Okay, fine. $25. I give him the $25. He goes over, so I'm sitting there. He goes down to the curve. There's a guy sitting on a step, hands him the money. The guy at the curve gives him the piece of cocaine. He walks back to me. I get it and I drive off. Okay. Simple. I call for help. Behind me, the guys swoop in. They arrest both of them for sales of cocaine. Okay. Again, we arrested him for both of them. District attorney doesn't want to waste his time on little pieces of cocaine, so he rejects the guy that at the door that was selling me, but he files charges on the guy on the stoop. Okay, and the first time I did that, I called him on it. I called the office. Who's this? I said, what's going on here? He said, well, you know, there's a de minimis amount. Now I don't even know how to spell that. Okay, in other words, it's a small amount. Okay, fine. What does that mean? Well, you know. The guy that we really want the seller. I said, the seller is the guy at the car door. The supplier is the guy at the curve. Well, that's not the way we look at it. Remember now, they're charging, we're arresting. They decide who they're going to go to file. And then I'll say, well, and I got the penal code right in front of me. I go, well, it says right here, I've been on the job now 14 years. I said, it says right here that anybody who causes, delivers, all this stuff, carries, produces, sells, blah, blah, blah. He goes, well, that's fine, detective, but says, we're not going to file it. We don't file it here. Why not? We just don't file it. Hung up. Okay. So I go to my supervisor. He goes, they do it all the time. They do it all the time. I said, so they choose what they can and cannot feel they can win in court, and they do that because they want to cut down their workload. Okay, and they don't want to do it. They're lazy. Okay, and it's just incredible how something like that, and so what happens is, they go to jail, and then the guy that's selling, the guy that's in the car, he goes to jail, but he doesn't get convicted for it. It's like, you're kidding me. Okay, it's just bizarre. It really is, and this is what we have to contend with. I'll give you another example, many examples. Later on, when I'm working in South Los Angeles, we had a parolee that was selling cocaine. Okay, so we had an informant make a buy. Okay, it's my case. I wrote a search warrant. We hit the house. Okay, the suspect was there. He's 6'6", ex-convict. Okay, he had some dope on him. Okay, fine. His mom's there. He's living with his mom. She's in a wheelchair. She can't walk. She's immobilized. Not just using it because she's handicapped, but she cannot walk. She told us that. We go in the house looking for narcotics. She says, well, we asked her. She's a really nice lady. She says, where does he normally have? Well, most of the time he's in the kitchen, so we're looking in the kitchen for more dope. One of my guys sees something, opens a cabinet and sees something like some plastic up on the top. We have a search warrant anyway, it doesn't really matter. So he gets up on the shelf, climbs the shelf, the counter, and reaches up and pulls out a plastic baggie full of cocaine. A whole bunch of cocaine. Beautiful, got him. One of my partners did that. So we book him, booked the coke, wrote the report. District attorney rejected the charge because he was not the owner of the house, she was, and therefore anybody who's responsible for the cocaine, it's her. She had no record. She has broken legs, or no legs. She can't walk. He's 6'6", and the narcotics was almost to the ceiling in the cabinet. And I called him and said, how in the heck is she going to get that dope to sell it? She can't even get out of her chair, and it's up there about 7'2", up there almost to the ceiling. Well, that's the way it is. We're not going to file it. So that's your decision. Yes, it is. Next con, 6'6", and you're going to file it. No, I'm not. Okay. And that's their decision. So you have to understand that there's a lot. Now, in Orange County is different. I had some cases in Orange County, and they're a whole different ballgame. They wanted cases. They tried cases. I have some super cases down here that, man, I thought they were going to file the charges, and they just booked these guys and gave them 20 years to life. Okay. But LA County, they don't want. They want their workload. They got thousands of cases. That's fine, but shouldn't be kicking a case like that. That's the one that really drove me crazy. Is that one with the old lady? Because I'm, and then what happens is you get rated on your ratings is how many filings you get from the DA. It shows that you're doing quality work. Well, mine's low because they're not filing these charges. I had another district attorney tell me they don't want to file charges because you're like this. This is not racial. This is what he said, not me. He said that if I get a jury of black people not convict anyone if it's non-blacks testifying as police officers. Can you believe that? And I went, what? And it was a white DA. I go, that's not racist? He goes, no, it's just practical. We can't get convictions. They don't believe the white officers or non-black officers. You lost me on that one, counselor. You're getting the jury from the public. Why don't you let them decide? Well, I've tried it before in the past. I don't convict them. But you can't stop trying. Maybe you just got a bad person in that jury pool. These people are being victimized out of. They're getting shot at and robbed. And he goes, that's not going to happen. He shut right down. Can you believe that? This is the mentality you have down here. It's incredible because I work South Central. That's their mentality. The courts were in Compton. They don't want to try these things, so they don't file them. You can arrest all you want. It doesn't stop us from arresting them because we arrest, remember, and they charge. We're doing everything legal. Everything's correct. They're just not going to file it. So this little episode is to tell you about some of the problems we have as police that it's not necessarily our fault. We're arresting people. We arrest people. We don't charge anyone. So you watch cops on TV and they say, I'm charging. Just remember that. Remember me. They don't charge. You just arrest them. And then they get charged, which is the actual charge. Because they might change it. I had cases where one of my realcopvideostories.com, we booked a guy who said he was going to take the suspect away from us for lynching, and the city attorney turned around, or district attorney turned around and filed route. I had to look it up. So they look up, they're the legal experts, they look up what they want to do. You just book them for the charge and they modify it or go off their merry way. And it's sometimes it's okay, sometimes it isn't. So just remember that. Sometimes you want justice and you don't get it. You get it from the cops. I brag about that. We'll book anybody. But women, men, people with no legs, I mean, I've done it all. Blind people, deaf people, I don't care. But you may not get that same justice from the district attorney's office who are tasked to try these people. Because they play the odds. I can't win it in court. I'm not going to try it. That's what they think. And they get rated by how many wins they get. Anyways, just so you know, that little episode about that. Hope it didn't waste too much of your time. See you next time. Bye-bye.